Hello and welcome to the Braless on Couch Show. I'm going to talk about pricing today, which is super important, as you already probably know, because you're already wondering what the fuck to charge. And we're going to talk about that today because I really think that when it comes to pricing, you've been fed a lot of bull crap about it that really is throwing you off. Because when it comes to pricing, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's dive into it today. But first, I want to talk to you about what is happening this Friday. I am holding a masterclass on the six-step framework for being booked out. Okay, this is this framework that I teach in my being and be booked out, my 8-week program that helps VAs, designers, coaches get booked out months in advance. Okay, so you can go and sign up. The URL, the link that you click, is in the description. So go and grab it. All right. We are going to have an amazing time on Friday. You will not want to miss it. So let's talk about pricing because, like I said before, you're probably going in circles with it, and I don't want that to happen, okay? So when it comes to pricing and when I'm working with coaches, designers, VAs, everybody gets kind of flummoxed about it when it comes to how much to charge because you've been told things like charge what you're worth, don't undercharge yourself, do stuff for free, make sure that you only do premium pricing. And as you know, that's a bit of a clusterfuck when it comes to trying to figure out how the fuck to implement that. So what I'm going to break down today is really what I'm looking for when it comes to your business and when I've gone into other people's businesses. So what happens with pricing is that most people we get a little jazzed on the idea that we can charge whatever the fuck we want because now we're in charge, right? So it's no longer somebody else's, decision what you get paid hourly. It's your decision. Which sounds great, except that when it comes to pricing, there's a lot of different factors that you want to compensate for or accommodate for inside of that number. So it's not just a number when it comes to you charging, it's also a reflection of how long you've been doing what you've been doing, what your profit levels are going to be, um, also where you're positioning yourself in terms of the ecosystem of what you do as an industry, and also how you value your services within your own business. Okay. So when it comes to your pricing, it's really not about how you feel about them or how you feel about your business or how you're feeling on the day or any of that shit. It's really just down to equations and marketing and logical strategies to make sure that you're making the most out of it because a price point isn't just a price point. It's a number which in a human brain decides the value and the excitement level that they're going to get from it. So one of my favorite things is to talk about specifics. And so my favorite specific is talking about a $3. So there's $3 an hour per VAs. Okay, they live in a country usually that $3 an hour is a decent amount of money. It's a decent living. Okay, but what we find is that when you take that pricing and put it into the American structure where you're like, yep, I charge $3 an hour for a VA. People who are living in a country like America where it's more expensive to live here and $3 an hour is not a livable wage find themselves being undercut, right? So what you end up having is people like doubting themselves, charging lower and lower to compensate, and it becomes a clusterfuck because basically what happens is some really talented, amazing VAs who live in a more expensive country charge lower rates to try and compete. And that is not what you should be doing. You should not be charging less to try and get more clients. That is not a good strategy, okay? So what happens is really you start to base your pricing on other people's pricing, and that's a real big mistake. And it's going to become basically quicksand for you when it comes to having a profitable, sustainable, service-based business, okay? So your prices in terms of like how they compare to other people's is good to know, but you shouldn't be basing your hourly rate or your pricing for your packages on that because at the end of the day, how we market you, especially when I teach people and be booked out, how we market you is actually way more important than what your hourly rate is in terms of that. Okay. So I've seen services that people charge $10 for per hour and other people charge $1,000 for per hour. And the difference is the experience level and also the quality of the marketing behind it. Okay. Because when it comes to your marketing, it's basically validating that price for people and why they should charge that much. It helps them give them shit about it, and it helps them understand why putting that money down is a great investment. So really when it comes to pricing, as you charge more, your marketing is going to get better, okay? And it needs to get better. So that's why a lot of the time when people come into Be Booked Out, the 8-week program, I'm like, you need to double your rates because you invested already in improving your marketing, which means that you need to up your rates. And so usually they'll double or triple them and they can sustain that because they have new marketing coming in, helping them basically make people excited about paying those higher rates, and boom, it works. Okay. So when it comes to your pricing, what I would say is don't try to determine how you feel about yourself or your worth or how much you deserve. Figure out instead how much you can sustain on your current marketing level. Okay. So at the moment, like how you're marketing yourself, how you're coming across, are you coming across affordable, or are you coming across as exclusive? Because I can market you as exclusive and get you paid a lot more per hour. Okay. If you're going to go affordable route, you're going to have to take a lot more clients on. And now for all the newbies out there, I know you're shaking in your boots because you're like, what the fuck? I'm new. I don't have the confidence. I don't have the experience. I don't have the testimonials. I get it. I really do. So what happens when it comes to being new in your industry is that you're probably undercharging yourself anyways, so it's not that big a deal. And you're not going to be as expensive as the other peeps out there. That's fine. What happens is that as you go forward and as you build up your experience and your credibility and your testimonials and your case studies, what's going to happen is that you and your brain, because that's basically what we're selling your brain because it's a unique, amazing commodity that nobody else has. We're going to take selling your brain and basically charge more and more for it each year. Because every time you work with a new client, every time you work with a new client, it's going to become more and more valuable. You've put more data in, you've had more experience, you've had more testing and more, you've been able to see what works and what doesn't. And so that in terms of your clients, you get more and more valuable each year, right? So your prices should be going up each quarter, actually. So when it comes to pricing, it's not going to be stagnant. It's not going to be done. You're not locked into these prices for the rest of your life. What's actually going to happen is that your prices are going to keep evolving with you. But right now, you need to have a price point that you can market at, because your marketing will determine your level of pricing and also your experience coming into it. So really, at the end of the day, marketing can sell anything, but it's a question of if you can deliver on it, and also if you have the marketing know-how or expertise at your back to actually get it out there. Okay. So what I'm looking for when it comes to this is that I'm always looking at how, when people come in to be booked out or when I work with them as clients, what is their marketing how is their marketing reflecting in their pricing and vice versa? Okay. Because you can charge more once you invest in marketing, but you need to make sure that you're putting it out there correctly and implementing it. So when it comes to pricing, it's not at all about how you feel about yourself or your self-worth or how much you deserve. It's always about how you can, it's reflecting more the level of experience and the results you can get and how you're marketing those across. Okay. So I know marketing seems like it's a jargon, it's a circle jerk word. If you've been in the Evolve and Succeed family for a while, you know that term, but basically circle jerk phrases are phrases people use with other people in their industry. And so marketing is definitely one of those, because you're like, marketing, Halley, what the fuck? I've heard that word all the time and I don't know what it means. Basically, marketing is how can we make people stop and give a fuck and then actually want to buy it. So when it comes to that, we use that through your sales pages, your websites, your emails, your videos, your strategy behind your packaging and your pricing, stuff like that. So that way, when people come in, they're going to be like, okay, this is awesome. I definitely want to have a piece of this. So that's what marketing does. Okay. It's the whole package. All right. And so what I'm going to be teaching about on Friday is basically the 6-step framework for being booked out. You can grab a seat up in the link above in the description, and we're going to talk about this because there is a framework, there's a method for being booked out, and part of that is pricing. Okay, I have a whole week devoted to how you set up your packages, how you price your packages, how it makes sense to do this while including profit, because a lot of times people just pop up numbers that sound good, but they haven't actually analyzed them at a higher level, and so those prices could actually end up making you close your business down. So when it comes to pricing, you really need to be analytical, and you need to figure out at what level you could sell them, because if you don't have the marketing skills to sell a higher level package, then it's just going to be a flop. All right. You might as well start at a lower level, make sure you can get a profit, and then move forward and evolve. A lot of the stuff when it comes to your business where you're learning these new skills is going to evolve as you evolve. Okay. Your pricing is going to evolve. Your ideal client is going to evolve. Your, services are going to evolve. Your website's going to evolve. What you do, what you specialize in, the results, it's all going to move forward and change and adapt as you grow. So when it comes to your business, you need a method you can apply over and over and over again. And I'll teach you about that on the 6-step framework for being booked out on Friday. Okay, so go and sign up. It's in the description above. and let's get you booked out because that's what I'm really excited about doing. All right, so go and join. I'm so excited you could be here. Thanks for watching the Braless on Couch Show. I'm Halley Gray from Evolve and Succeed, and I will see you